Few performances on American Idol have the potential to be as electric, soul-stirring, and downright unforgettable as Kolbi Jordan's audition. This is because the audition was one of the most memorable moments on the show. The dramatic performance that Kolbi gave of Chrisette Michele's Epiphany set the stage ablaze during a season that was already teeming with individuals with exceptional skill. During this jaw-dropping performance, she not only demonstrated her vocal range, but she also revealed an innate talent that had the judges on the edge of their seats, ready to see what she would do next. To say that it was a moment that would go down in American Idol history would be an understatement. It was a moment that left an indelible impact on the hearts of viewers as well as judges. The moment that determined the course of events. From the very beginning of her audition, Kolbi seemed to exude a presence that commanded attention from the audience. From the moment she entered the audition room, she had a quiet confidence that gave the impression that she was not unfamiliar with the limelight. However, as soon as she started speaking, it became abundantly evident that she was not merely another contestant. She has a unique quality that made her stand out. The warmth in her voice was one of a kind. It was the kind that made you feel instantly at ease and familiar, while at the same time being strong enough to send shivers down your spine. She revealed her personal experience as she began to speak about her passion for music and what took her to American Idol. She explained how music had been her escape, her consolation, and her greatest passion throughout her life. By expressing how the song Epiphany by Chrisette Michele had been a source of healing for her, she conveyed her gratitude. She would go on to demonstrate that her personal connection to the song would prove to be an essential component of her performance. It is not merely the technical aspects of Kolbi's singing that made her rendition so captivating. Rather, it is the profound emotional commitment that she brought into the performance. It became very evident that she was not merely singing songs, rather, she was narrating her own account. What the Epiphany means to you. Epiphany is a song written by Chrisette Michele that delves into topics like as self-realization, heartbreak, and personal development. It is a song that is rich in emotional depth. Due to the complexity of the song, it is necessary for an artist to not only possess vocal skills, but also emotional intelligence, and Kolbi seamlessly represented both of these characteristics. The judges, which included Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan, leaned in closer as the first few notes filled the air. Their expressions indicated that they were immediately interested in what was being performed. One could not deny the sheer emotion that was present in Kolbi's voice. There was no question that Kolbi had complete command over her voice from the very beginning. She was able to effortlessly negotiate the difficult phrasing of the song, and she captivated the crowd with each note she played. Her amazing vocal range was shown by the fact that she could transition from verses that were soft and nearly whispered to choruses that were soaring and powerful. However, what truly distinguished her from others was the manner in which she imbued the performance with an authenticity that struck a chord with each and every person there in the room. Not only was Kolbi singing the song, but she was also living and breathing it. An experience that will resonate emotionally. As Kolbi continued to play, the extent of her emotional attachment to the song became even more clear to the audience. When Epiphany is performed, the audience is able to experience every single bit of suffering, remorse, and eventual empowerment that is conveyed. Her vocal maturity was well above her years, as evidenced by the smooth transitions she made between an expression of vulnerability and one of strength. It was a credit to her technique and emotional depth that she was able to make the high notes sound effortless while still maintaining complete control of the instrument. Towards the end of the song, Kolbi hit a particularly spectacular high note, which layered it with emotion and caused the room to go completely silent. This was maybe the most moving moment that occurred during the audition. She did more than simply sing. She laid her heart out there. You don't come across an artist that fully gives themselves over to a song as much as Kolbi did. It's not something that happens daily. The atmosphere in the room had become absolutely still by the time the final note had lingered in the air. It was as though everyone was not one of hesitation. Rather, It was the kind of silence that occurs after a moment that is truly transcendent. On American Idol, Kolbi had accomplished what every other contender on the show hopes to accomplish. She had delivered a performance that was so fascinating and so strong that it rendered everyone speechless for a brief minute. To put it simply, the judges' emotions were nothing short of raving when they finally found the words to express themselves. Katy Perry, who is known for being a skate-in critic, was apparently moved. She spoke with a tiny tremor in her voice, saying, "I can't even describe what I just witnessed. You didn't simply sing that song, by the way. You were the owner of it. You breathed life into it." It was impossible for Luke Bryan, who is typically more restrained, to conceal his surprise. A grin appeared on his face as he said, "Kolbi, that was a revelation for me. I had been anticipating the point at which I would have to take a break to collect my breath, and then you hit that high note, and I was just, wow, your uniqueness is truly remarkable." Lionel Richie, who is known for being an experienced mentor, gave a nod of approval. "You have everything: control, emotion, power, and soul," the speaker said. On this platform, that was without a doubt one of the most impressive performances I've ever witnessed. Kolbi's audition rapidly went viral, and it became abundantly evident that this young artist was a formidable opponent who could not be ignored. The panel of judges was unanimous in their approval of the young artist. Not only has she won a coveted golden ticket to Hollywood thanks to her natural skill and emotional depth, but she had also won the hearts of everyone who was watching her perform. The journey that Kolbi Jordan have taken beyond the audition. Throughout the course of the competition, Kolbi never failed to impress, further consolidating her position as one of the leading contenders for the season. Her self-assurance increased, and as a result, she became capable of performing songs that were more difficult. Her ability to perform songs ranging from ballads to energetic tracks was demonstrated on a weekly basis, demonstrating that her skill set was not restricted to a single musical genre. The true humility and down-to-earth personality that Kolbi possessed, however, was what truly distinguished her from others. She maintained her groundedness and was always willing to learn and develop, despite the apparent skill she possessed. She received accolades from the judges for her maturity and work ethic, both of which were attributes that struck a chord with the audience. As the weeks progressed, Kolbi became a fan favorite, and many people began to view her as more than just a vocalist. They began to regard her as a genuine artist. Becoming a star in the making. The performance of Epiphany by Chrisette Michele during Kolbi Jordan's audition on American Idol was much more than simply a moment. It was a statement. It was a proclamation that she was not going anywhere, that she was a formidable opponent in the world of music, and that she intends to remain there. The fact that she was able to combine technical expertise with unfiltered passion set her apart from the rest of the pack, and it was not surprising when she started making waves outside of the show. One thing was certain: Kolbi Jordan had arrived, regardless of whether or not she went on to win American Idol at some point in the future, which, given her skill, seemed inevitable. By demonstrating to the world that she was not only a contender competing for a championship, she had demonstrated that she was an artist who possessed a voice, a story, and a presence that would only continue to expand. American Idol had made a star debut, and the entire globe was eagerly anticipating the moment when Kolbi Jordan would shine.